Late August brings wild salmon, garden vegetable harvests, and fresh honey all into peak season at the exact same time. This intersection gives us a late summer staple, honey-glazed cedar plank salmon paired with grilled seasonal vegetables. In this specific dish, honey does mechanical heavy lifting. It binds the glaze together and caramelizes under high heat to lock in a protective, flavorful crust over the protein. Usually, we grab whatever generic squeeze bottle is in the pantry, assuming the sugar content is the only factor that matters for the glaze. However, honey behaves differently depending on its botanical origin. Using a generic substitute misses the chance to align the sweetness with the specific profiles found in the summer harvest. The glaze for this salmon relies on aggressive, savory ingredients: grainy Dijon mustard, dark soy sauce, and heavy smoked paprika. Then there is the cooking technique itself. The fish goes onto a water-soaked cedar plank at 400 degrees to generate thick, aromatic wood smoke. This creates a chemical dilemma. The honey you choose has to hold its own against high salt, high acidity, and heavy smoke without clashing or completely vanishing from the palate. This scorecard outlines 4 specific varietals we will evaluate to solve this problem: clover, basswood, wildflower, and buckwheat honeys. Your decision comes down to a clear trade-off: the ease and accessibility of standard supermarket honeys versus the sourcing effort and polarizing flavor of robust, farm-level varietals. This matrix breaks down our options, starting here with standard clover honey. This is the baseline input you will find in almost any grocery store. When applied to the salmon, clover yields a straightforward, universally recognizable sweetness. Mechanically, it performs well. It takes the heat perfectly, caramelizing to create a glossy finish on the fish. But you pay a price in depth. Clover is too mild to interact with the Dijon or smoked paprika. It adds sugar, but no unique character. If you are feeding a crowd, clover is a safe, family-friendly canvas. But if you are a culinary enthusiast looking for flavor synergy, it will leave you wanting more. Moving to the next column, we have the meadow foraged options: basswood, also known as linden, and wildflower honeys. The goal with these varietals is to bring complex, light floral notes and the taste of a summer meadow directly to the protein. However, they carry a high risk factor. Those delicate floral compounds are fragile. If you apply them early, the heavy soy sauce and 400-degree cedar smoke will completely destroy their nuanced flavors. To protect your investment, you have to alter your technique. You use a minimal amount for the base glaze and reserve a few tablespoons to use as a fresh drizzle right off the heat. Floral honeys elevate the dish for nuanced palates, but they demand precise temperature control to protect those fragile profiles from the aggressive grilling method. The final column on our matrix introduces the outlier, buckwheat honey. It is an exceptionally dark, nutrient-dense varietal. Buckwheat offers heavy chemical synergy for this recipe. Its rich, molasses-like profile directly amplifies the smoked paprika and grips the physical wood smoke rolling off the cedar plank. The result is a deeply savory, almost barbecue-like crust on the salmon. The trade-off is its intensity. Buckwheat is extremely earthy, making it highly polarizing for children or guests expecting a light, traditionally sweet piece of fish. If you are already committing to this farm-level profile, you can add an upgrade, sprinkling raw bee pollen over the finished vegetables and serving a small piece of raw honeycomb on the side. This adds interesting texture and serves as a strong visual hosting flex, but it requires specialized sourcing and added cost. It also won't change the flavor of the core protein. Buckwheat honey pulls the flavor of the salmon into a complex, smoky profile, provided the audience is ready for that level of intensity. This decision tree maps our evaluated honeys directly to specific hosting scenarios, allowing you to choose based entirely on who will be sitting at the dinner table. If you are optimizing for speed, sticking to a budget, or feeding picky eaters, choose clover honey. In this scenario, the savory soy and mustard do all the heavy lifting, making clover a perfectly safe, reliable binder. If you are hosting a gourmet barbecue and want to maximize the cedar smoke technique, invest in buckwheat honey. Its dense molasses profile is the only one strong enough to actively partner with the smoke, rather than just masking it. And if you are seeking a nuanced, light summer flavor for an elegant meal, source basswood or wildflower honey. There is no universal best honey for salmon. The correct choice is inextricably linked to your desired hosting outcome. Approaching honey as a targeted spice gives you more control over how the sweetness interacts with the rest of the plate. Matching the intensity of the varietal directly to your cooking method ensures that the honey supports the other ingredients rather than being buried by them. With these profiles in mind, you can navigate the honey aisle based on actual culinary strategy rather than guesswork.